If your dog shows you their belly, it may not mean exactly what you think, and depending on the moment they do it, the meaning can change completely. Most people assume belly exposure always means trust, but dogs use this behavior in several emotional ways, and some of them are surprisingly subtle. Dogs naturally protect vulnerable areas of their body. So, when a dog exposes their stomach, it usually means something important is happening emotionally. But here's where it gets interesting. Not every belly display means the same thing. Sometimes your dog rolls over with loose body language, relaxed paws, soft eyes, slow tail movement. That usually signals comfort, trust, and emotional safety. Your dog feels secure enough to become physically vulnerable around you. And vulnerability matters a lot in animal psychology. In the wild, exposing the stomach is risky. The belly contains sensitive organs and leaves the body less protected. So when dogs voluntarily expose that area in a calm setting, it often reflects deep emotional relaxation. But your dog isn't doing this randomly. You may notice they show their belly more in specific places, on the couch, near your bed, while relaxing beside you at night, or during calm moments inside familiar routines. That's not coincidence. Dogs connect emotional safety to environments, smells, routines, and people. And over time, your presence can become part of that emotional system. But this is the part many owners misunderstand. Not every belly exposure is an invitation for touch. Sometimes dogs roll over because they trust you. But sometimes they roll over because they feel uncertain. And the body language changes everything. You may notice some dogs expose their belly while looking tense. Their ears move back. Their body stiffens slightly. Their tail stays tucked. Or they avoid direct eye contact. That can signal emotional conflict instead of comfort, because dogs sometimes use submissive behaviors to reduce tension. What looks affectionate on the surface may actually be your dog trying to communicate, "I don't want conflict." And this happens more often than people realize, especially around loud voices, overwhelming excitement, unfamiliar people, or situations where the dog feels socially pressured. Dogs are constantly reading emotional energy around them, and sometimes rolling over becomes a calming social signal instead of a playful one. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Some dogs expose their belly simply because they've learned it creates connection. You laugh, you pet them, you speak softly, you focus completely on them. And dogs are extremely good at recognizing behaviors that create emotional rewards. So over time, the belly exposure can become part instinct, part emotional communication, and part learned social behavior. That's why context matters so much. You may notice your dog flops onto their back dramatically the moment you stop petting them, or rolls over when they want attention, or stretches out beside you after following you around the house. That behavior often carries emotional meaning underneath it. Not manipulation, connection. Dogs naturally repeat behaviors that strengthen bonding. And this changes how many people see the behavior entirely. Because what looks like "my dog wants belly rubs" may actually be your dog reinforcing emotional closeness with you. But not all dogs express trust this way. And this is important. Some very attached dogs rarely expose their belly at all, especially naturally cautious or independent dogs. Dogs communicate comfort differently, depending on personality, history, and emotional sensitivity. Some seek eye contact. Some lean against you. Some quietly stay nearby. And some roll onto their back the second they feel safe. There isn't only one version of trust, but your dog probably does have patterns you can recognize. You may notice they expose their belly more when the house feels calm, after walks, before naps, or during quiet moments where nothing stressful is happening. That's because emotional safety changes physical behavior. Dogs relax differently when their nervous system feels secure. And this is something many owners begin noticing once they start paying attention. The loose muscles, the slower breathing, the relaxed pause, the soft blinking. Small details reveal emotional state constantly. But here's something most people never think about. Sometimes dogs expose their belly during play for a completely different reason. Not submission, not insecurity, not even trust alone. Balance. During play, rolling partially onto the back helps dogs pause intensity, reposition themselves, or signal playful intentions without stopping interaction completely. That's why dogs often switch positions rapidly while playing with other dogs. They're communicating socially in real time, and once you notice that, the behavior suddenly feels much more intelligent and layered. Because dogs aren't performing one simple action. They're using body language dynamically depending on emotion, environment, and social context. And honestly, that changes the behavior completely. What looks like a cute little habit is often a complex emotional signal happening right in front of you. Sometimes it means, I feel safe. Sometimes, I trust you. Sometimes, I want connection. And sometimes, I'm trying to keep things calm. That's why paying attention to the rest of your dog's body language matters so much. The eyes, the breathing, the tail, the tension level, the situation itself. Because your dog is almost always communicating more than one emotion at a time. And once you understand that, belly exposure stops feeling random. It starts feeling like emotional language. So next time your dog rolls over and shows their belly, watch carefully. Do they seem deeply relaxed, playful, attention-seeking, or slightly uncertain? That small difference can reveal a lot about how your dog feels in that moment. If your dog does this, I'd really like to know. Do they show their belly mostly during calm moments, during play, or whenever they want attention? Share your experience in the comments. And thank you for spending a quiet moment with us and learning a little more about how dogs think and feel. If you enjoy understanding the small behaviors that reveal your pet's inner world, consider subscribing and joining us for more gentle insights into animal minds. See you in the next video.